Hey designers, how are you doing? Welcome to another video of the Webflow for Designers series. In this video, we're going to be covering how to build this section of the website. And if you remember, we've already built this section. This is what we're going to be building. So, with all that said, let's get into it. If you want to join the newsletter to get updated and get resources from this series, description below is all free, so do check it out. And yeah, we're building this section in Webflow today, with this interaction stuff. Let's get into it. This is our Webflow account. Yeah, we've done the arrow section already. If you missed the last videos, check the last series in the playlist. You'll find the ones we've done already. And now we're going to add a new section. We're going to call this section about section. So that's the about section. Now remember what I told you, that the way we build this arrow section is not simple with the other one. This new ones now we're gonna have different rules. So we're gonna have a div and a div again, and this time we're gonna follow the client's first styles. So it's gonna have padding global. There's a padding global here, padding global. Okay, in the padding global we're gonna have padding section large. We're gonna use padding section medium. Yeah, that gives it 5 rem. The padding global gives it 2.5 rem. The padding section medium gives it 5 rem above, up and down. And then in this next one, we're going to have container large. Container large. And what this container large does is basically give it a max width. So it can never go beyond something, and that's putting it. I think we can even do the same thing for the home euro wrap, but because we want this style to be somehow unique, that's the reason why we're not doing that. Yeah. Then we can now give it a div again. I can call this div about wrap, about wrap. And now we can start building what we want to build. So now looking at the design here. This is the design. We're gonna have heading here. This is the H2. Then we have paragraph text here. Then we have the interaction stuff over here. Not so hard, right? Is it? So interaction stuff is going to take a while, but for this one, let's do this one first. So let's start with my story. That's the H2, and this is multiple paragraph text. And I thought maybe some people now, to get this interaction done, they'll use H2, the paragraph in a div and something. That's going to be very lot of divs, lot of paragraph text. So instead, what I decided to do is to use firstly I put a div there in this, and I call it 50%. And this 50% means just like I'm giving this a width of 50%. It's a max width of 50%. Yeah, and that there I'm not going to give it Ctrl E. I'm going to give it a rich text. Now this rich text is what Webflow has, and it's going to allow you to have multiple styling in one element. So now this is the edit 3. We're doing edit 3, we can cancel it. We're doing edit 1, we can cancel it. We're doing edit 4, we can cancel it. We're doing edit 5, we can cancel it. So basically we can remove every single thing except this paragraph and the edit 2, which is pretty cool, right? If you think about it, it's actually cool. Remove the list items, remove this one. And you can add them back again, truly. You can add them back if you are confused or scared, like, why remove everything? We can add them back. So I can just move them from here too. Remember, Webflow is that everything is manual. You can't move places at the same time, so you have to be patient. Yeah, that is that. So this is the rich text now. I just style a rich text. You can style all styles in the rich text elements. You're gonna call this RT1, and now if you now want to style this H2 inside of RT1, then you can now style it like, okay, only all H2 inside the RT1 is going to be 3 rem. Yeah, but that's not important, and we don't need it. So we're going to recalibrate backwards since we don't need it. But that's possible. I remember having this issue a long time ago, and I didn't know how to fix it, but now I do. So my story. What next? I've been a curious kid. If you notice, this 170% text line spacing. That's very neat compared to these ones that look very overwhelming. So I've always been a curious kid when I was young, so much fun. So what we're going to do now is that we might end up using it. So we're going to come over here to RT1, the RT, we're going to, previously I removed it, so now this is RT1. For now, all H2 in RT1, we're going to remove the padding that they have, sorry, the margin, because all H2 have a default margin, if you don't know. And so we're going to call it, oh shit. Yeah, so I made a mistake. It's supposed to be all H2 inside all H2, then next inside RT1. So that's why it's only H2 inside RT1. So give it 0 and give it 0. Before I was doing all H2 elements, which is not always a bad idea, but yeah. So now, what's the spacing from this top part to this one down here? This 24 spacing, 24, and this one is what? 40. So we're going to give it 40 spacing. That's 2.5 rem. And this paragraph, we can call it, get it now, all paragraph inside of RT1, instead of 10, we can make it 24. Yeah, we can't see anything yet because we've not added the new text. Let's add the new text. My journey into calculation began when I was personal course for me. Yeah, so now this is a new one. Now you can see there's a space here. If we remove it now, let's come over here to RT1 and remove it. You can see it can be very bad, it can be very good, depending on the styling we use. So 1.5. That's it there. Now we want the text to stop being so choky, you know. So this is 1.24 pixels and 170. So the weight is in normal. This bold is normal. I guess it's normal. What else? 1.1. That's the distance. So we're going to use 1.7. And you can see now it looks much better. Much better. Yeah. For some reason I feel like the text should be, just feel stick to me. Maybe just my eyes right now. So that's that. And I'll just finish up with the remaining part of the website. Over the years I focused on topics like minimalism. By the way, when I was designing it, I used ChatGPT to write this part. I don't know if everything's in the video. My whole design process in that video. So if you want to know how I designed this part, check that video. The first 2 videos. I think the design process is there, or the first 3. Yeah. If you like to do some of my projects, keep scrolling. I have a lot to show you. Yeah. Then I scroll and you see this project section here, which we'll be doing soon. Now that we've done this part, we're done already. Yeah, there's a problem now. You can see there's a padding here, which is not really a big issue. It's not really a big issue, but there's a padding here. And if you're in a situation where you have to remove this padding because it doesn't make sense there, what you just do is you add. Yeah. So this is one way to do it. I think this is what we'll do. This is one way to do this. You can just style everything only the rich text elements. Another way to do it is we're going to cancel this. We're going to remove this. Remove it. It's okay, no problem. This one too. You can leave it this way, I guess. This is what I did last time, so I'm going to remove it too again. Let's remove it. You can delete the rich text. It doesn't exist anymore. Let's delete it. Remove class. Yeah. And we'll do it manually. So this H2 now, we can give it CC. What's the padding? CC 2.5. Or you can say PB, margin bottom. So MB. This is what I did though. This just be this naming. You can write it out, margin bottom, but this is what I did. Margin bottom 2.5. And what does this margin bottom do? We'll just cancel this 0 rem on top. And we'll give it 2.5 rem at the bottom. Yeah, that's it. For this one now, this paragraph, so now we're going to give it 2.24. So we can paragraph padding margin bottom 1.5 rem. I wrote 2.5. I meant, sorry about that. I meant 1.5. I'm showing you multiple ways of doing something, and this is the way I did it that didn't give me this issue that I just run into now. So 24, you just find your way that works for you. Right now I'm going to change it with the same class. I'm going to change it to 1.7. Now it looks better. Now for everyone we come to, we say PB or PMB this thing. Is to change the class to that. Come to this one too. PMB 105. Yeah. For this one too, is to change to PMB 105, and this one as well. PMB 105 now, but because the this class stuff is there, we can now get another class called margin 0. I wrote n, so it's not margin 0 over here. It didn't work. This was down to 0 too. Yeah, so now it's work. I made this 0. It's all 0 all around there, and 0 0 0. No, they are not 0. But this one is 0, but the style remains. So that's one way to do it, and you can see we've done it already, and it didn't give us that same issue like the other one did. So I hope this was helpful. Now let's get into the other parts of Matter.js. So we'll call it div again, a new div. We're going to use this about wrap to give it flex. So at least this one, oh, it's inside there. So bring it out. Let's put it inside this about wrap. So that is the flex. It's a flex box now. It's at the left hand side here. You can give it 50% to. Is that what I did last time? I can't remember. I can't remember what I did last time, but if 50% is what it's going to do, it's something like this. But I don't think this is what I did, because how the Matter.js stuff works. Now let's go to Matter.js. This effect that you're going to see here is Matter.js, and you can see it doesn't take the whole screen. If you push this thing out enough, let me show you something. Like it can really escape. It's not the perfect Matter.js interaction out there, because it's not there again. So yeah, it's clipped somehow. I don't know. And you can see everything's out. But when you refresh it, it will come back for sure. But that's how it is. Yeah, I'm just mentioning this there because if I was to do it normally in a client's work, I won't use this interaction. It's not the best interaction I've seen. It still has some bugs that I have to learn how to do. But because I want to teach you guys Webflow, I want you guys have to use external JavaScript libraries and the likes. I think it's best I mention things like this so you can learn from it. So I'm going to come over to CDN Matter.js library, and you'll see it here. So this is the one we're going to copy, Matter.js 20.0. Copy the script tag, or just copy the URL. Let's copy the URL. Come back to our Webflow, and we're going to, yeah, I left some code here already, but we can cancel it. So you know what? Let's put this here. This code is not working yet. I haven't used this code yet. But so I've cancelled those ones. They are not important, but I'll save it in my notes because I want to tell you guys something about it later on. So for now, let's not worry about that. So we're going to be scripts. Oh yeah, sorry, line here, and yeah, that's it there. So HTTPS CDN, sorry, it's meant to be SRC, so you come over to SRC is equal to comma, and you write this here. Yeah, that's how it works. So now we've called it that. What this means is that we're calling that Matter.js library. We're calling it, and this is it here. Now, what else? How do we start interaction? First things first, you need to have imported the build shape you want to use. So in mine, you can see I have this art, creativity, journaling, books, music stuff imported there already. And what we're going to do next is going to use a boilerplate. So this guy called Webby Matter. Yeah, so this is the video I watched. Yeah, so this is the video I'll link it to the resources section. It can be pretty complex, but not to worry, what we want is to get is Webflow clonable, because that's where the boilerplate code is. Or is it there? Yeah, better boilerplate, that's the thing. And just reload again, it's not showing me this. So open the Webflow. Yeah, see. What we want now is to study how we did it. In the settings, is there an ID matter container? Okay, and if you come to the pages, to the settings, you'll see that there's a code here. So this is the code that we want to copy. Yeah, this is the code. Is it okay? Is it 18.0? Mine is the new one is 20.0. So what we're going to do instead is I'm going to open my own, because it will give us bugs with different BS stuff. I've already created this already in mine, so I'm just going to put my own matterjs. Yeah, and I'll just show you what I did, and I'll explain the thought process behind some things. And I'll be honest with you, these things are still fairly new to me, but the art of knowing how to, I made multiple pages just to test how this thing works before I made it in my own page. So this is it here. So CDN matterjs 2.0. Okay, try flow drive. That's where I copied the code from. So let me just copy this from here. So this is the code I used. This is my friend's SAS. This guy, he owns this stuff, and it has a code editor that you can do custom code stuff outside of Webflow. So this is where I did the Matter.js stuff. Yeah. So I didn't put it in the Webflow account. I actually put it outside the account, which is not a good thing. I just realized that I didn't finish up with that. Anyways, what I want to show you guys today now is that this is the code, and the Matter.js has a boilerplate, if I must say, if I should call it that. So clonable free resources. What is it? It will say it's a
AS is a great little physics library. A lot can be desired.
Okay.
Implementation can be difficult to sit through, and the boilerplate starter code needs a lot to be desired. In this video, I'll show you.
So yeah, the Matter.js, these people, they have that code. Even developers too can get confused, like, what are they saying here? You know. So this guy made a tutorial just showing how we build his own boilerplate and how we use it for something else. And I took that boilerplate he used and used it for mine. And I'm going to show you what I did in mine without giving you the opportunity to like learn more about it, but also edit what I did to fit in yours. Make sense? Cool. So first things first is that we have to set some things in Webflow before this is now Webflow 1. So I'm going to like I have to save this somewhere. Okay. I'll just move it to my next one. Yeah. So now different page, so I don't need to worry about that later on. So now where are we? Matter.js, JavaScript library, matterjs. We've gotten this one already. This one. So if you want to see getting started, it will take you to GitHub. This is the code that Matter.js gives you. And it's not so explanatory. If you're confused, you'll be very more confused. So what I'm going to show you is this code here. For example, now we're using let, and in Matter.js they use var. If you don't JavaScript, this is going to be very confusing for you. So I'm not going to go into the depth. Like I said, I'll just explain what I did and why I did some certain things. First things first, let's set up our Webflow stuff. So now we need to set up these things. Remember I told you about, for this one now you can notice I use about content. I gave 50. Or design I call it 50%. And here I call it about content. That's okay. And for after about content, we have the canvas container. It has maximum of 500 px, width of 500 px, 400 pixels px. And yeah. And you check here, what's the settings? Is there any div ID there? There's no ID. So we're going to come over here to canvas container, and we're going to just copy the same style in our own. So we're going to, let's see if we can. Okay, this is looking very terrible. Which is our own? Okay, this canvas container, this is our own here. So we're going to close this here. canvas container. Canvas container. Let's call our own canvas container too, just for the sake of learning. Canvas. This is how you copy mine usually, so you can do it in yours too. I'll show you how you can tweak it. And canvas container. It's not complete. Container, because the class naming is very important. Canvas container. In fact, I should just copy this from here and paste it here. Let to get the name right. And what's special about canvas container is 500px, 400px. Now this sizing can be different in yours. 500px, 400px, and the max width is 500px too. I'm not even sure why I put max width, but if it works here, let's leave it that way. Now what else? Relative. Position must be relative. If it's not relative, it will not work. Now there's also a custom code inside it. There's a code embed inside it. What's the code embed? The canvas ID, canvas address, style, canvas elements and stuff. So there's a canvas element. Now we're gonna get custom code. Sorry, my bad. Embed elements. Paste this here. So first we have a canvas. It's like a div on its own too, but it has an ID of canvas targets, and we have a style of canvas. Now that canvas target, this style is styling this canvas target, giving it width of 100%, height of 100%. That's what's basically doing it. So what this means is that the code, this Matter.js stuff, is actually in the code embed, not in the container. But because it has the container is what is going to hold on to it, that's why it's there. Does that make sense? Just let me know. So save and close. Yeah, nothing changes here, and we can basically separate stuff on screen. Which is my canvas container about. So this is the previous one. This is the one we're working on now. And yeah, we're going to give it about wrap. We're going to give it flexbox, space between, so they'll stay apart from each other. And what else? Yeah, that's that. So we just play publish. Oh yeah, we also need. So now I'm going to give you to get flow drive. I'll put link in some below so you can get flow drive and you can use this. Let's just copy this whole thing. I'll create a new account and I'll call it Webflow for Designers Matter.js. Must end with JS. So this one we can just save it. I don't know what we did here, but I hope we didn't do anything much. You can put this on here. We'll copy this link. We'll come over to our Webflow Designers. We'll come over to the settings here, to this here. Let's get away from my site. Okay, I'm losing my breath really. I'm talking so much. Give me a look. So and that's script tag. So this is how you can add JavaScript to HTML stuff. Add a script tag, and you call this by giving it a source where to get the code from. Paste here. And you can give the comment if you want it to be understandable. So you can just like this is a comment in HTML. Sorry. And you can call this Matter.js code, something like that. And you can save it. Oh my god, my brain. Okay, I think I'm better now. Now we're going to publish it, and let's see how it looks like. Reload. Balloons. Yeah, it's already working, but it's not working the way we want it to work. So first things first is that we can see that how you know that it's not scrolling. Okay, it's not even going to scroll here. Okay, I don't think it's working well yet. Canvas container, pixels relative, then this one, code embed. Oh my god. Oh, we didn't even save it. We didn't save it. I was like, what's going on? Oh my god, always save your files, guys. Always save your files. Like, what's going on? Why is it not working? Like, am I this dumb? Questioning my skills again, like, bro. Save your files. So now it's working well. We can see how it works. So now how does this work? Let's break down the code. We have this stuff at the beginning, mouse constraints, composites and stuff like that. Create an engine. That's how you run the Matter.js stuff. Now this one is the container elements. That's stuff that we started in Webflow. This container element stuff. We're now calling the canvas container, which is what is holding, giving it 100% listing. Give it 58. Let container with the container element as clients with. So what this means is that let me show you something here. If you can see this here, you can see it's staying here. It's not going above. There's like a border box stopping it from growing bigger. If you want to make that bigger, you come over here to container width. You can give it 1000, and you can give it max width. You can get, I think, let's say if we give it 100%. I don't think it will work well. I don't think it will work well. And give it max width of 1000 pixels. Let's see. This is affecting this design here, but let's say something. It might not work, and I just pause it and ruin my credibility. Hopefully not. But let me just show you that that's how you can control the sizing and spacing. So you can see there's more space for it to move around now. Yeah, it works. It works. But still, it still acts jittery, which I don't like. Something is wrong. If you bring it in, it's not possible. But if you throw it from here, it's gonna move, you know. So I don't know why it does that. I'm not that code frenzy to figure that out yet. But if you ever want to do something like this in your design, this is how to do it. It's basically through this trial and error. You can ask ChatGPT for help. I did. It could only help me to a limit. You know, I need to like learn how to do this thing very well. So we're gonna like change it back to 500 pixels. That is okay. And also we're gonna make it like when it is on mobile view, on tablet view, it's gonna be hidden. So none. It's not gonna be there. So this, I don't know why this is showing on nav menu mask. Yeah, it's meant to be hidden. And this one now on tablet view, 50% becomes 100% because yeah, you leave that also you can call it 100%. They do the same thing. And yep, that is that. And how do we now? Let's publish it again and let's see how this will look like. Oh, my tummy hurts. So okay, it's published already. Come over to the Webflow for Designers page, refresh it. You see now it's there. Now also, if you want to like just change the images that are here, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna come over to the design code editor. Yeah, you come over to code editor and you just see there's border thickness to all this stuff here, fill style, ground static. To change this image, just come over to texture and change whatever you want to change it to. So let's say I have. If you want to, like what we recommend now is to use this. You go to Webflow, the account here is Webflow for Designers. You put the image you want to upload. So this is the image is over here. Upload it here and use it. So for example, now we have client first image. Let's say you want to use that instead. Copy the link from here. Come back to the code editor and just like change one of them. So you can in fact create a new one. So predefined elements. Bodies is from here. We'll copy this body stuff. Okay, same thing. So how did I do that? You just press shift and alt. You can duplicate a style. This is how VS Code works. If you know about VS Code, that works. But if you don't know, I'll just recommend you copy from here like this. Ctrl C and paste it. It will do the same thing. And just place it under it. Right now, I'm going to just change it to the client's first logo that we saw there in Webflow. And you see client's first show up now in the Matter.js. I think, is this saved already? I think it's saved already. So coming back to the matterjs, please don't embarrass me. Let's hope it works. Yeah, it works. You can see it. Yeah, but yeah, it's not the most perfect. See, it works well, but they're all different and somehow. So I'll probably make a video in the future talking about matterjs when I study it more. But for now, when I work on this project, it took me days to figure this out. And now we can make this like the MVP. It works, guys. It works, So don't kill yourself. It works. That's the idea I want to give you. It's gonna be okay. Yep, it's gonna be okay. With time, I'll make more videos talking about this in depth and learning more about it. But for now, let's leave it that way. Yeah, so that's what happens there, and mouse control, visible false. So there's nothing else you need to know specifically. But if you want to know how to edit it, that's it. If you want to also know how to edit it, they say like you put on the website, and the website is white, like the background is white, and because mine is black, I adjusted the border of this thing to black. If you want to change it, you can just come over here to the code editor again. This is the wall, the ground is this color, the wall is this color. So if I change it to like FFF, I guess that's white. That's be white. So save, come over here, and you said the ground is going to be color white now. Control R. Okay, that didn't happen. Please don't embarrass me, for God's sake. Don't embarrass me. FFF. Okay, it means one more F is needed. Yeah, that's it. That's the ground, as you can see. So that's how it works. Now adjust the ground and other stuff. You can increase the width and the height 0e. So that's that. I'll leave the code. So what we're gonna do now, after using all of this, we're just gonna copy the code from here and bring it to Webflow. Now Webflow might have a code limit. I'm not so sure, but I know there's always a code limit. So how much code can be in your website? So let's see. Paste it here. Okay, there's no limit, very limited. I think it's 1,000 lines of code. I think that's the limit, 1,000 lines of code. So scripts, we're gonna have a script tag here. And go back up to, and I'm gonna have a script tag as well. Scripts. And that saves, and you now come over here and you just cancel this matterjs from flow drive, you cancel it, copy, Control X, you just remove it there, and you save it. And now you test if it still works. You publish it to see if it works. If it still works, that means you've done it right, and the code now stays on Webflow. You don't need any external library to help you out here. Yeah, that's it. So those Webflow designers, you replicate it, Control R, reload, and it still works. Woohoo! Successful. 37 minutes. We're done with that already. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about the next sections where we build this animation. I think, let me show you the animation interaction. Where we build this interaction, this. It's pretty easy, and I hope you learn from it. So yeah, thank you so much. Please let me know what you think about this video so far. Give me some feedback. Was I explanatory? Was I talking too much? Let me know. I was helpful to you. Stay blessed, stay peaceful, and we'll catch you next one. Bye.